What is up, players? It's WarbossTae up in his mug, and I have met my week 2 goal, which is finish painting an entire Island of Blood set, just the base coats. So we're not getting into the crazy faces and the detailing and the highlights and everything, but putting on the base coats so that I could give it a good wash and highlight, I think was a big goal for this second week. And it wasn't a standard calendar week. I did have to take some breaks, so it was I only counted the days that I actually was able to get in more than a couple of hours of painting, and I am really pleased with how everything came out. The Skaven turned out really well. You've seen them in my day 13 video. The High Elves I want to talk about because I did an alternate color scheme. There's no really bright whites or bright blues. It's that somber kind of Shadow Warrior color scheme that I painted my Shadow Warriors in a couple years ago now, I think it was, and I think they came out really nice. There's a lot of my meds. There's a lot of dark reds, black, blues, and the color scheme is overall much darker than a standard High Elf army. But basically what I did was I took a look at all of the miniatures on Games Workshop's or from Games Workshop. I guess they're not on the site anymore since they don't do Warhammer Fantasy, but any old pictures that I could find of the High Elves, I just took the white that you would see, all the white cloth, and I replaced it with Thunderhawk blue. And then all of the dark blue you see is basically also dark blue on the colors, but most of everything else I kind of kept the same. The silver, the gold, the purple fire here propelling our mage forward. And yeah, just by doing that, I was able to achieve this really interesting, different color scheme. Here's Prince Altherin on his griffin. I love the way that it looks kind of like a falcon in the front and like a lion or a leopard in the back, even down to the little kitty cat paw pads that I'm going to be painting. So like I said, these are just base coats, but this is more than I've ever done on an Island of Blood kit. And if I'm like most of you out there who've purchased a starter kit for a game, I've had these miniatures in my closet of purgatory, just sitting around not getting painted. And sometimes I think I've had starter sets where I've built the models so I could play with them, but I'm really happy I was able to get through an entire box worth of miniatures. So if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. I know one of my fellow participants, that solo wargaming show guy, that solo wargamer, he wanted me to track my progress with the High Elves, but I wasn't really able to do that because a lot of times I was working late at night or in fits and spurts, so I really wasn't able to do any tutorials or anything like that. It was a busy time, but I can tell you that I can give you all the colors and basically tell you the way I painted these guys was I did all the huge black colors first. So you might remember I had painted or spray primed these guys in Incubed by Darkness. And then from there I looked at, okay, what's the most prominent color I can find on this guy? So I would think either silver or the Thunderhawk blue. So that's the next color I would paint. And then I would look at the next color and then just slowly build up the colors one by one. Gold was usually the last color I painted. The flesh is usually the last color I painted because usually those are the spot colors. They're not really a huge part of the model. The red for the dragon, for example. So you want to look at the biggest areas of colors first and paint those and just go in order. And really, the main thing I want to stress, and I'm going to be making recording a podcast for this because I think it's super important, and I'm going to post it up on my Patreon so you can find it there. But I'm going to be talking about potential, and a lot of people say, oh, you know, there's so much great potential to paint these models, and you have so much. There's so much you could do with them. There's so many different color schemes, and sometimes we are so caught up in the potential of what we can do that we end up not doing anything. We get really indecisive, and so I want to say, you know, don't think about the potential of a finished model, because sometimes you get to maybe 40% done or even 50 or 60% and then just think, I don't want to finish it because if I finish it, it might not be as cool as I think it is in my head. You know, just do it. Just get to the end, and even if you're not really happy with it, because it's just a learning experience, and then you're just going to constantly keep getting better and better and improving all the time. So don't let the potential of your unfinished miniatures in your closet of purgatory or on your desk. If you look around your desk, I'm sure there are some miniatures around right now that you're afraid of continuing to paint or you're kind of indecisive about. Don't be. Just do it. Just get the paint out and get working. and you'll find that in the end you'll be a lot happier. Like, I'm so happy I finished these guys. And these are for a commission, so they're not my personal models that I'm going to be playing with, but I know that now that I've done it, having finished the base coats on these guys, I know it's not that hard. So if you have any questions, please let me know. The question of the day is, what epic name would you give to your paintbrush? And I was thinking of some different epic names of ships in Warhammer 40k and stuff, but one of the things that we love to do, the Lady Boss and I, is watch Game of Thrones, and read Game of Thrones, and absorb all that Game of Thrones stuff. So I've been looking at some of the names for the weapons, like Longclaw, Ice, Heartsbane, the Valyrian sword that is, or Valyrian steel sword that is in Samuel Tarly's family estate, is called Heartsbane, and there's all sorts of cool names for swords. So I think a nice name for my paintbrush, which coincidentally has touched every single one of these models, and this is like my standard paintbrush. It's a Rosemary and Company Kolinsky Sable Series 33, and I want to, oh, look at that, that's the after effects of my smashed fingers. All my nails are all gross looking, but they look fine, they feel fine, don't worry, don't I'm not a zombie. The name that I want to give my brush is
Sir Paints a Lot.
Not Sir Paints a Lot. Stop hijacking my videos, Lady Boss. Bringer of Highlights. Yeah. Isn't there a I think there's a sword called the Bringer of Light, or Light Bringer, maybe. Yeah, Highlight Bringer, because this paintbrush is awesome. Or Sir Paints a Lot. I don't know. Lady Boss always hijacking my videos. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks a lot. And if you want to follow me, you can subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And if you want to follow my progress, there's the Google group, WarbossTae 2016 Painting Community, and the My Wargaming Life. We have a dedicated group to the May Painting Challenge, or the 2016 Painting Challenge, rather. There's no way I'm going to be able to finish it by the end of May, because it's already May 30th. And I'm only on my day 15. So hope you guys are all doing well. Hope your projects are coming along. And we'll see you in the next video. Latest, players!